Hello everyone, I'm Shinny64M1 and I'm going to be showing you a quick way to switch between 1.7 and 1.8 so that you can play on both of this wonderful servers that Tantalon has to offer. And we're going to be doing this with something called batch files, so that's going to be all fun. First, what we're going to have to do is locate our Minecraft.jars. I have mine in app data, like most people do. So just quick search it up, and here it is. In our bin folder, we have Minecraft. If you can tell by the amount of kilobytes that I have here, this is 1.7. So we need 1.8 in here as well, because that's kind of what we want to quickly switch between the two. So I have 1.8 right here, and I just need to put 1.8 into the same bin folder as 1.7. I can't put it in as it is though, because they technically have the same name. This one's called Minecraft and this one's called Minecraft, and if you try putting two files of the same type, of the same name in the same folder, the computer starts to hate you and won't let you do that. So I'm just going to rename this one. I'm going to rename it, I think I'll name it Flopsy, because I like Flopsy. The sound Flopsy makes it kind of cool. So I'm going to quickly just drag that into there. And voila, we have Flopsy, which is actually Minecraft 1.8, and Minecraft 1.7 coexisting side by side. Isn't that lovely? Anyway, we're going to actually start the main process of this, which is writing the batch files. So, run and find Notepad. You could do it the way that I did it, or you could just like go to accessories somewhere. Yeah, that's great. So, we're going to start writing the actual batch file. Start it by saying rename, and then quotations, the path that you have your Minecrafts in. So I'm lazy, I'm just going to copy and paste that, and end quotation. What this does is tells the computer to rename a certain file in C, Documents and Settings, Technology Application Data.Minecraft bin, and it's going to rename this into something else. So it's just going to change the name. It's fairly simple, but it's all we need. This is important. You're going to have to actually state the name of the file that you're going to be renaming. So in this case, it'll be Minecraft 1.7. So I'm going to tell the computer to rename the file called Minecraft, and this is also important, .jar, because it's a .jar file. If you don't do that, then the computer looks for a file or a folder here called Minecraft, and as you can see, there are none. So you have to say Minecraft.jar for the computer to know exactly what you're talking about. And then you're going to say what you're going to rename this into. I'm going to rename this one into Fleepy, because I don't know, I like Fleepy. The sound of that is also pretty cool. Anyway, we're going to have to do the same thing for Flopsy, which is actually Minecraft 1.8. So basically, just do the same thing you did here. Rename, quotation mark, path, the name of the file, which is Flopsy, and remember, it's a .jar, so name it, make it a .jar. Tell it to .jar. And we're going to rename this one into Minecraft. So, as a review, what this batch file is supposed to do is rename the file that's located in this path, specifically the file Minecraft.jar, and it's going to rename that into something called Fleepy. And then it's also going to, after that, rename something called Flopsy in the same path. It's going to rename that Minecraft. Oh, by the way, make these jars, otherwise it's going to rename it into a file called Fleepy and a file called Minecraft. And that's no good, that's not what we want at all. So, forgot that, sorry, forgive me. You're going to have to make these into dot jars, because they are dot jars, hopefully by the end of this. Quickly save as. The save as is important. If you just hit save, it's going to save as a default text file, and we want to save it as a .bat. That's what a batch file, yeah, that's what it is. You're also going to have to hit all files instead of .text, otherwise it's going to save it as something called like minecraft.bat.text, and that's no good, and that's not what we want at all. So, name this one into something. I'm going to call it Zloop, because it has a Z at the front, and it's going to be at the very back, and it's going to be easy to see. You can name it whatever you want, so long as you remember where you saved it. I'm going to save this into my documents. So save the zloop.bat, and if we check my documents, we should be able to see a batch file on the bottom called Zloop, and here we are, an MS-DOS batch file called Zloop. So that means we succeeded. We've created a batch file that's supposed to rename whatever 1.8 is into Minecraft, and whatever 1.7 is to something completely random or irrelevant, whatever name you gave it. So let's test that out quickly. I'm just gonna hit Zloop, double click it, it should run. The command prompt there meant it ran there. And yeah, as you can tell from our kilobytes, Minecraft is now 1.8, so your 1.8 Minecraft that was named Flopsy is now called Minecraft, and whatever your Minecraft was, it's supposed to be 1.7, is now renamed Fleepy. Wonderful names. I have such a great sense of naming, don't I? Whatever. Anyway. So that just changes 1.7 to 1.8, and we also need something to change it back, otherwise we're kind of stuck. So, quickly, you can even use the same notepad, just as long as you remember what we're doing here. We're renaming a file. This time we're going to be renaming a file called Minecraft. We're going to be renaming a file called Minecraft.jar, and we're going to be renaming it into Flopsy. So, don't forget the quotes, that's important. Rename C documents and settings blah blah blah, blah Minecraft.jar Flopsy.jar, and rename Fleepy right here .jar to Minecraft.jar, and don't save, because then it overwrites your Zloop, and we don't want that. We want a separate batch file that does exactly what Zloop did, but backwards. So save as. I'm going to call this one Zloopy, because I also like the sound of that. It's cool. Make sure it's a .bat. Make sure this one is all files, so you actually get a batch file, and save. So, going back to where it should have saved, we should now see something called Zloopy. That's an MS-DOS batch file, and that should do exactly what Zloop did, but backwards. So, let's test that out. Hitting Zloopy. That should have worked. And, yeah, it did. Your 1.8, which was Minecraft before, is now Flopsy, and your Fleepy has now turned into Minecraft. So, in recap, what we did was use batch files to rename a file called Minecraft into a file called Fleepy, and a file called Flopsy into a file called Minecraft. When Minecraft runs, it'll ignore whatever your Flopsy and Fleepy thing were, and only read Minecraft, and that's the important thing. So, if I were to run this right now, I should get 1.7. And we're going to test that out for you guys, just to make sure I did this, and just to prove that I am not a failure at life. So, running Minecraft. Running Minecraft. Running Minecraft. There we go. Log in. And if we, oh, what did I do this time? And if we wait a while, we should be able to see the 1.7 splash page that everyone knows and loves. Oh, no. Well, don't worry, I'm going to be putting annotations to tell you where to skip to. Because this part's ridiculously boring. Sorry about that. And here we are. It's 1.7. Yay! Let's drop in and say hi to everyone, why don't we? And we're just going to disconnect. Right, well, let's hit that Zloopy thing or whatever. That's supposed to rechange it. No, hold on. Now hit Zloop, and we should get... Yep, here we go. This is 1.8, and here's our brilliantly awesome splash page for 1.8. I'm not gonna log in the Kela one because this is the pre-release. Oh, maybe it's pre-release too, so that means I can. Can I? Can I? Oh yeah. And get out of there. And then if we try to go back and hit Zloopy, that should switch Minecraft back to 1.7. Minecraft will load up. Honestly, if you're watching this entire thing, you really should get something better to do. And here we go. Yay, 1.7! Isn't this spectacular? So, that's your little tutorial. I'm going to put this Zloop and Zloopy thing onto the desktop just for easy access later on. And now you guys can quickly switch between 1.7 and 1.8. So, have fun, knock yourselves out, be safe, don't talk to strangers. See you guys later.